Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. So today we're going to do our Monday top 5 list. Usually it's 5, sometimes it's not, but today we are going to be looking at the top 5 Linux Mint utilities. So I say many times on my video that I like an operating system that seems complete. I don't like it if it has an excessive amount of extra software, but I also don't like it if it has nothing. So I think both are problematic. So what I wanted to identify here is top 5 utilities that come with Linux Mint. Now, to do this list, I'm going to include, first, I'm only going to include applications that come pre-installed on Linux Mint. There are a lot of other applications we can use, but I'm only going to be focusing on those that come pre-installed on Linux Mint. And then the second thing that we're going to look at is tools that I use in either video creation or other function. So basically, any tools that are outside of just outside of applications, but things that I use on a regular basis when I am putting together some videos. So the first tool that we are going to look at is the USB image writer. I use this one all the time. It is under your accessories, and you'll see that this font package that I have does not actually have an icon for it, but that's okay. I could actually assign one to it. And there is a writer and there is a formatter. I kind of lumped these two together. Basically, it's a very simple, lightweight application. All I need to do is take a USB drive, drop it in my computer somewhere. And then I need to find an image to write. So I think I have in Documents, Distros. Let's go with Fedora because I can pronounce it better than the other one there. So you just grab the image that you want to write and then drop it onto the individual drive that we have. So here's where that is, and then hit write, and then it will prompt you for your password. Hit the button, and then it will write. And obviously, if it is a USB 3 drive on a USB 3 port, it'll take just a few seconds to write. This is a USB 2 drive, and so it's going to take a little bit longer. But that is my first tool, is the USB image writer. I use this a lot for distro testing. I can download a distro and then drop it onto a USB and then use that as my installation media or whatever else that I want to do. So the second tool that I like is the domain blocker. So this guy is, I think it's under administration, is your domain blocker. Once again, you have to enter your password. And then on your domain blocker, you can simply add add individual domains here. You can see that I've blocked Facebook, I've blocked Ask, and I've blocked Twitter. So suppose I want to block, let's say it was CNN, right? So I can just do CNN.com. Just type the domain like this, push OK, and you'll notice it puts CNN.com and www.cnn.com. Now, what this is actually doing is it is adding a list in your host file. Of course, I typed something incorrect. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, it's being edited. Yeah, let's go ahead and just continue being edited. Okay, probably just because I had the thing there. So you'll see here that what it's going to do is it's going to add these. Now, all these ones here that say blocked by Mint Nanny, these are the ones that if I delete the entry, then it will remove it in this case. You can see here that I actually blocked Facebook prior to this. So I'm just going to go ahead and take those off. And I'm going to reload the domain blocker. It should reload itself there. Let's see. Okay, so if I grab my CNN and hit remove, notice that it will not remove both of them. It'll when I add it, it will only take off the one that I add. But if I add one, it will add both the www and the non-www. If I remove, it's only going to remove the one of them. So you can see I removed CNN. Let's go back into the terminal. And you'll see that the CNN has been blocked or has been removed from the system. So it basically just adds our redirects to prevent resolving from the individual domains that you drop in there. So that's very nice because being a privacy guy, there are certain things like certain sites I don't want to load in ever. So I can use the domain blocker to block those without having to go directly into the host file, which saves some steps. Very nice option. All right, so the third one is the Archive Manager. So the Archive Manager is under your accessories, and the Archive Manager is just a nice lightweight means to extract and create archives. So to create an archive, just hit New Archive, and then you can grab the type of archive that it is, 7-zip, AR, so you can see all these. Of course, some of these will allow you to password protect, like I think 7-zip allows a password protection. We're going to go to, let's see, other options. We're going to, let's call it archive. Looks like I cannot password protect that one. I thought I could password protect the, I know I can do zip. Yep, so I can password protect the zip files here. Huh, funny. I thought I could password protect the 7Zs, but maybe not. Anyway, we'll go ahead and create that. And then to add individual files, we want to click the add files. We could also just drop them on in. So I'll go ahead and do it both ways. Take the one out since I've already added that. There you go. So you have to check the box, not highlight them. I'm used to just highlighting files. So you can see here now that we have put those files in there, and then here is our 7Z, and then you can see here that I can extract it, whatever else I want to do with it. So the Archive Manager is very handy. Usually I'd use it for opening an archive that somebody sends to me rather than making an archive, but I can do either one. And again, don't have to install it or anything like that. The fourth one that I will talk about is Transmission. So Transmission is under Internet. Transmission is a torrent client. So what we'll do here is I'm just going to go on and find a torrent file to download and show you how that works. So let's see. Let's go ahead and go to Linux Mint and find a torrent download of that. And let's go with Mate there. And let's see. So here's anytime you see a torrent download, I usually use this for the distros that I download. Go ahead and just click the open there. And then what will happen is it opens up the torrent over here in the open dialog in a transmission, and then we can choose where we are downloading this. Start when added means it's going to automatically start downloading it, and then you can start with there, and then you'll see what's going to happen is it's going to start downloading as it finds more peers. So the torrents are a good way to download. They download a lot faster than direct downloads in most cases. So you can see here, let's see, it's going pretty slow right now. It went from 58 days to 54 minutes, and the peers tells you how many different individual computers and files it's grabbing from. So this is going to end up being a 2 gigabyte file, and it looks like it might take only 12 minutes. So that's pretty good speed, especially for the internet that I have. Because what it's doing is it's grabbing a lot of different parts from a lot of different places, so it greatly increases the download speed. Once it is done downloading, then it's going to seed it out, so your computer will start adding it to extra peers. Of course, you can come over here and you can pause it, you can delete it. We'll go ahead and remove that file. Of course, that would show up in my downloads folder by default. Let's actually see if it might have downloaded part of it, actually. So you can see here where it just downloaded part of that file. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. So that is how your torrent or your transmission works. And then the fifth one is the font viewer. And I picked this one out because I actually, as a web designer, I do a lot with fonts. Although not with this computer as much, but I do it with my other computers. So a great place if you are working with fonts, a great place to find good fonts is Font Squirrel. And I like Font Squirrel because I can download the majority of the fonts that they have on here right from the site without going to some nebulous third-party place. And we also have a generator which allows me to take any open source font and convert it into a full web package so I don't have to mess with any of that kind of stuff. So you can see here that Offsite has been added as an option, and what you can do here is under your downloads change this to local only, and then this will show us only the fonts that we can download. So if I come over here and download, you'll see that it is an archive, look at this. So we're downloading this, and then let's go ahead and just open the folder up. So here's where our font is. Hey, our Fedora's been written. Beautiful. I'll look at that drive in a few weeks and say, why is there Fedora on there? All right, so I'm just going to grab this font over here, just click it over this way, and then double-clicking on this will automatically open this up in the font viewer so I can see the information about the font here. And then if I want to install it, I just go ahead and click the Install button, so now this font is installed on the computer. Now, the other place you can find your font viewer is up here in Accessories. Now, the only downside to this particular font viewer is I can't search the fonts. More advanced, robust font viewers that you can download from the repositories will have search functions and things, but a lot of those add a ton of extra cached things and can mess up the fonts. So on Linux Mint, unless I'm doing anything goofy, I really try and just use this. But this way here, I can open up the font like this, and then I can kind of scroll, and it will give me, it doesn't give me a huge representative as to what the fonts will look like, but at least I can see in quick view what a little bit about what some of them are going to look like. So those are my top 5 pick utilities for what is pre-installed on Linux Mint that help my day. And this is why I like using computer systems that have some of these extra utilities in them. So if you have a favorite font, not font, if you have a favorite utility, if you have a favorite font utility, let me know. But if you have a favorite utility in whatever Linux distro you're using, go ahead and let us know in the comments and we'll see what other things. But these are my top 5s. Number 1 is my USB writer and stick formatter. Number 2 is my domain blocker for privacy. Number 3 is my built-in archive manager. Number 4 is transmission for quick downloading of torrents. And number 5 is my font viewer. So those are my top 5 utilities that come pre-installed on Linux Mint that help me throughout my day. Let me know what yours are. Once again, if you would like to help support the channel, you can find me on Patreon, so patreon.com/TomM. There are also links for Amazon down below, including the microphone and camera that I'm using to do this. And you'll find those links down there below. And you can also find more information on my website at switchedtolinux.com. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.